everybody. Welcome to the BillPierceGuitar.com video series. Today we're going to talk about meat and potato licks that Corey and I discovered when we were studying together. We're going to go over some speed riffs, we're going to do sequences, and we're going to do some melodic shapes. For this part of the lesson, we're going to do an exercise, or a lick if you want, that I used to call the human weakness. And the reason why I call it the human weakness is because it emphasizes very hard picking, crossing on strings, like this. To go down, up, down, up, down on those strings, and that's very difficult to do. Here it is a little faster. So you can move that up and down the neck throughout the scale of E minor if you want to. Most of the time we would just work on it in a few different places. Now the next thing I'd like to cover is a little warm-up exercise that Corey does before his shows. It's based on the Babies and Witches sequences off my first two albums. Right now I'm going to do the four grouping one, which uses in A minor a bunch of different arpeggios. So we're going to go like this. Now up to speed. Again, this is using sweep picking also. That's a pretty good warm-up exercise, and he does that usually 4 or 5 different times to get things warmed up. Now the next lick that I'd like to do is I'd like to talk a little bit about some 7th chord arpeggio shapes that we'd use also for sweeping. And these are going to move from the G string to the high E string, like this. Starting on the 7th of E minor 7. That time, I hammered on and pulled off some notes. Let's see what happens when we pick everything as well as sweeping. I'm going to slow that down just a little bit. Some of the other arpeggios that we worked on a lot were A minor 11 and D minor 11, and they follow from the D string like this. Again, this is a sweep thing, and we're also going to be adding on some hammer-ons and pull-offs too. Slow that down a little bit more. Speed it up, it sounds like this. For this part of the lesson, we're going to do some speed check. Corey and I used to do this periodically, usually once every other month, just to see where his chops were at. There are many different sequences you can learn to play on the guitar to tackle the speed aspects of your playing. Right now we're just going to do a couple of basic ones. One is this one over 2 strings, and it starts on the 8th fret with that 4th finger. Up to speed, it would be like this. Now the next lick that we're going to do, I call it the bumblebee lick. And basically it moves up and down one string. And it's a really easy lick to get fast. We're going to start at the 12th fret of the G string, and it's also in the key of G. So watch, we're going to go. Have a lot of variations of it too, like this. So speed is pretty important. Now we're also going to talk about how to do some 4 groupings on the high E string, ascending and descending. I'm going to start way up on the 19th fret with my 4th finger, and again I'm in the key of G or E minor, whichever you prefer. And basically we're going to go down 4 notes. Speed. You can also do that with a turnaround on it. You could go start with 3 and then do 4. And we'll ascend on it first, starting with the 1st finger on the 3rd fret. Speed. And those are just some of the speed checks that we used to do when we had lessons.